Hello again.
Hi. How goes it?
Pretty darn good. Same.
Yes.
Same.
Woohoo.
Ooh, dance moves. Yes.
There's some secret ones in the last episode that you were busy talking. So you get to see them while you edit it.
Awesome. I'm so excited about that.
Yes. I am sneaky.
Yes, you are.
So here we are recording.
Word.
We got coffee, we got crafts.
I
and
know.
then we'll have crime.
I should have warmed my coffee up, but I did not. So it's like
I got a new cup.
a little cold.
Speaking of coffee, I am drinking. This is brewed by, or not brewed. I brew it.
I mean, I hope you.
The roaster is Ceremony Coffee. They are out of Maryland, in Annapolis, but the actual coffee shop coffee is Drift.
Okay.
DRIFT, like drifting in a boat.
Nice.
They have a nifty little sailboat on their logo. This is the bag.
Ooh, yes.
This is their Ceremony Minor Moments blend.
Nice.
And it's a medium roast. I think it could be a little darker.
Yeah.
For a medium roast, it's a little light, but it's really pretty good. It's a chocolate creamy note to it.
That just means it packs a little more punch.
True. Right.
So,
But
I mean, if you need a little
there's
kick
still
in
like
your ass.
I think I have to add a little extra than I usually do for other coffees.
Right.
For when I brew it. But it's delicious. Get you some.
Yeah, we follow them on Instagram also. So
yes.
yeah.
And it's delicious. So
that's all that matters. You gotta have
gives it a little different taste. Yeah.
Oh, are you working on any crafties?
I am. Well, to be honest, I've been working on this one for a while, but I need to finish it. So I'm going to try and finish it this week. But I have on and off, I do like painting, then embroider stitch. So this one,
there's one behind you. It's beautiful.
Yeah, this one has a little
so cool
Edgar Allan Poe-esque.
Love it.
But all of this black is embroidery stitching. So I paint the canvas and then I stitch it. So
and
this
I can vouch for her. I have a couple of these already and they're amazing.
And this one is also for Heidi.
Should I cover my eyes?
No, because it's when you request it.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
So it's the one I've been meaning to get to you since your birthday. But life, guys, life gets in the way.
I understand.
So we are from California, as you guys know, and our flower is the golden poppy. So these, I already did the painting for the color of the poppies.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So I painted the canvas and then I did those, if you can see.
Oh, look at the little insides. Oh my gosh, they're so cool.
And then, so now I am doing the stitching so you can see.
Nice.
So I use my nifty little thread and needle.
Oh, I need to send that
thread. That. So basically for this, when I do it, I paint what I want. And then I go in and I draw on a paper, I stick it there, and then I poke holes.
Right.
So once I'm ready to do the stitching, the holes are already there of what I plan on putting on the canvas.
You're so smart. I would not have thought to do that. But
It's what I do for all of them. Like I draw them out on plain paper and then put it on the canvas that I've painted. Some of them I've done where I paint all of them first.
Right.
Like I've got a ton of them. My friend Bill has my David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust.
Oh,
That's one of
Can
my
I-
faves.
can I commission one of those from you?
You can.
Not
can
for
have-
me.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
I would love one also, but like not specifically for me.
Yeah, I would love to recreate that one or do
might
it
need
different.
3
or-
of them
Okay. I think we can work something out.
for the 3 women.
Mm.
Me, the
Yeah, so I
mother.
have like tons of ideas. I just need the time to actually do it.
Yeah, the Ziggy
But-
Stardust. Send me a picture of the Ziggy Stardust one if you can, because I want to post that to our Instagram.
Oh yeah,
for
I got
sure.
it.
Because people are going to lose their minds.
I will.
over it.
It's in a very good home. I know Bill listens, so
Yay,
thanks again
Bill.
for being a fan.
Thanks, Bill.
Um,
Please rate and review us if you haven't already on Apple Podcasts. Thanks.
I'll try and get him on. Anyways, so that's my coffee. That's my crafts. Are you ready for my crime?
What are you covering? I'm so excited.
I didn't tell Heidi at all about what I'm
It's
doing this
a
time.
Secret.
Like usually we talk about like who we're gonna cover, but not what about. And this time so this was my selection process. I looked at my coworker the other day and I said, pick a state.
Damn.
Of course, he picked Idaho. And I was like, I can't do Idaho because Heidi's from there. She was born there and she probably is going to cover
And
any
I
serial killers
literally-
from there.
I literally just covered one from there.
And-
That's funny.
That too. So I was like, no, pick a different state. So this coworker picked North Dakota. And I was like,
Ooh.
it's not a lot from North Dakota.
No.
No, there's not.
There's one
There
really
might
big
be a
piece.
lot. There might be a lot that are like not talked about or have been investigated. There might be a lot of creeps out there in the plain.
I would think so because it's like desolate.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot. So
I'm so
picture it. Picture it.
Okay.
Niagara, North Dakota.
Oh boy.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And the year is 1915. Can you picture it?
Whew. That
Let's
sounds
just-
rough.
Yeah, let's just say it's a really tiny town, maybe a stop sign or two, and there's rolling plains and some farmland.
All
That's
right.
pretty much it.
That's
The population now is 53 people,
damn.
and
Okay.
back then it was about 200.
So wow.
Mhm.
That's smaller than my hometown in Idaho
Yeah.
by a lot.
Right. So now, if you can imagine a new to you house and farm and hiring people to go under the house to remodel and build a cellar.
Wonder what that seller's for.
What do you think of when going and digging under an old house?
Dungeon.
Because me,
Always.
being me, my thoughts always go to dead bodies.
Always.
Always. And ding, 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 you guessed it. Dead bodies. There were 6 whole skeletons found and dug up.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So an investigation began into the skeletons, why they were there. Were they murdered? Did they just die of natural causes? Someone decided, well, this will be a great burial ground. So what suspiciousness happened at the old Butler farm?
Oh boy. Yee.
Yeah.
What the hell happened? Tell me now.
The mysteriousness. So, who was the previous owner of the farm, you may ask?
Yeah, I do ask.
Well, let me take you back in the Wayback Machine to 1849. Yes.
Things were rough back then. That's like
Yeah.
kind of around when my house was built. So
Yeah. So
nobody had closets back then, you guys. There are no closets in my house. It's a problem.
I've been there. There's no closets.
It's a problem.
It is. You have to make closets somehow.
Yeah.
So little Eugene Butler was born in Royalton, New York, to Ephraim and Rebecca Butler. He had 2 brothers, and not much else is known about his early life and childhood, except that his parents were well-to-do and very prosperous.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we fast forward in our way back forward machine. If we go to the year 1882, Butler was 33 years old, and he wound up moving to Niagara, North Dakota. Apparently there was a thing back then that you could, like, the government would trade you land if you ran a farm on it.
Yep.
So
They would just give you land.
right. And so he got a plot of land, and then over the years bought out more acreage.
Okay.
So he was 33 years old, wealthy, and moved to this land. The exact amount is not known, but in today's standards, it would have been worth $1.5 million.
I mean, that's
In North Dakota.
a lot for North Dakota. I'm thinking like in California, that would not get you anything.
That wouldn't get you much
But
of anything.
for 1.5 million in property alone here in
Mhm.
Ohio, oh,
Yeah.
you could get a big old ranch.
Yeah, you could get quite a bit here in I almost said North Dakota. I'm not in North Dakota. I'm in North Carolina.
Thank goodness you're not in North Dakota.
I'd be cold right now.
Yeah, it's freezing.
So he maintained the farm on his own, but he would hire help during the summer months. So
Yikes. That's a
Mhm.
lot of work. Even
It was.
I mean,
Not much is known about what he did with the farmland, but he had that agreement to.
okay. So we don't know like what was he
There's not a whole
raising?
lot.
Animals? I'm sure he
Yeah,
had
but-
animals.
Yeah, he did. And we'll get to that. He at least had
Okay.
1 horse.
Okay. Good to know.
Yes. During his time there, he never married, and he also lived as a recluse. He avoided his neighbors at all costs and only left his farm to go to a nearby town called Laramie. Well, not, I almost said Laramie. Laramore.
I was gonna say Wyoming,
No,
kind of far.
that's kind of far. No.
All right.
Laramore for business purposes. So
Okay.
to hire people to get supplies if he needed. Tales were reported that Butler had hallucinations and paranoia.
Oh boy.
So not only was he there by himself, he was really by himself getting weird.
So he probably was like, I mean, paranoid schizophrenia wasn't like a thing back then.
No, not much was. We'll get into
Yeah.
further more. Yeah.
Oh.
So, but this was still the late 1800s,
Mhm.
and then moving forward to 1900. Tales were reported that he had the hallucinations, paranoia. He also believed all of the town's women, all of them, wanted to marry him, and that all the men wanted to be him. Sounds like a narcissist to me, but
Delusional much?
yeah.
Wow.
Yes. So he wouldn't have his photograph taken. He didn't like his photograph taken because he felt as if his soul was being taken, and then he would die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he a
Mhm.
vampire?
Just a crazy man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was also haunted by the idea that someone was always after him or following him.
Jeez. I can't imagine living life like that. Like that would
Just
be,
always on edge and like,
yeah,
oh, who's
co-
there? What?
constantly like stressed out. Somebody's
And
gonna
he's
get me.
right. And the only people around him are during the summer months when he needed help and he didn't have anyone else around. So what was going on with his, he was getting real out there.
Yeah.
And in 1906, he was deemed to be a public nuisance due to the fact that he would ride out on his horse. See, I told you he had one animal at least.
One animal. All
Rode
right.
out at night in the middle of the night on his horse, and he would scream at the top of his lungs incoherently. He wouldn't really say much of anything. But the activity got worse and worse, and it scared the little town of Niagara.
Yikes.
They
I mean,
all freaked out. Like, I mean, if I got woken up in the middle of the night to screaming every night.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a time where that's happened to me. And I can't think of any specifics. I can think of other things that have woken me up in the middle of the night for sure, like parties and whatnot.
I was living in an apartment. This was several years ago, and my middle one was a baby,
Mhm.
and some dude was climbing into the window. I woke up to
Dude.
that.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. Apparently he might have been drunk and one was like trying to get into his apartment, but don't go into my baby's room. You're gonna get a shotgun to your face.
Yeah. I will blast your ass.
Yeah. So not shortly after that, I got myself in a house away from that apartment.
Jeez.
Yeah. So we digressed.
That's okay.
And it's what we do.
Yeah.
Love it or leave it.
Yeah.
Mr. Butler, because he scared the little town, he was admitted to the North Dakota State Hospital.
Okay.
He became under the medical care of Dr. W.M. Hotchkiss. And
Well,
he lived.
That's a name. That is
Yeah.
a name.
Hotchkiss.
Okay.
He lived out his life in the asylum and died in 1913 of phlebitis, which is a fancy science term for trauma or inflammation to his veins.
I
So
was
I'm
gonna
guessing
say,
he had like oxygen loss, blood loss, like couldn't get blood to his brain, maybe.
yeah.
So that was the life and death of Mr. Eugene Butler. So go now again back to 1915 where we started our story.
Okay.
We discovered the skeletal remains and they were left and buried under his house, right? So detectives determined that the murders occurred between 1900 and 1906. And 1906 was when he totally lost it and was sent to the asylum.
Oh boy.
Definitely, science was definitely very different back then. And they had trouble identifying who the skeletons belonged to. So all the skeletons, they found their skulls crushed, which maybe Butler should have been called the serial crusher instead
Maybe.
of the Great Plains butcher.
Yeah.
He wasn't really a butcher, but that's what they nicknamed him, the Great Plains butcher. He was more of a serial crusher.
Are you crushing grapes all the time? Cereal crusher. Okay.
I'm a serial crusher. Okay, so all the skeletons had their skulls crushed. It was done by a sharp object. The records don't say what. And a couple of the bodies had their legs broken. I don't know if it was like after death or before, but something to get them into their little cellar grave. All the bodies were identified as young men, and one was a boy between the ages of 15 and 18. So detectives had 6 bodies, or 6 John Does. They never identified them, with the cause of death, but no reason why they were murdered.
Right.
And strangely, no locals were reported missing during that time either. And since Butler died in the asylum before the discovery of the bodies, his motive was never determined.
Mhm.
But speculation is that the victims' clothes were destroyed and most likely set afire, which also created a problem for identification because
Right.
they didn't have any clothes. The case files disappeared, and records have been lost or destroyed due to the age of the case and circumstances surrounding it.
That's questionable.
Mhm. Mhm.
Highly.
Highly questionable. Yeah, it's very strange. And after the investigation was complete, the story was made public. Strangers flocked to the farm and would find bone fragments as takeaways for souvenirs.
People are, I mean, like, I get it because we collect like animal bones, but like just going onto somebody's farm
I mean,
and
they could,
like,
those bones could have possibly helped identify. I don't know.
that's what I'm
Maybe
saying.
someone can open this case back up and
Turn 'em in.
have these bones for
Yeah.
DNA purposes, because maybe you can find
Yeah.
family, like, you know,
Right.
we're
Right.
finding a
Right.
lot of identities of people through DNA now.
Yeah, the genealogy sites, because some of them have opened up their databases to law enforcement. I mean, I mean, shit.
It's a lot more resources now than in 1900.
Figuring out who, serial killers are, figuring out who their victims are,
Mhm.
it's amazing. I think it's
Yeah.
amazing.
I love the science behind it, and I think
Absolutely.
it's fascinating. So now we're just on theory,
Okay.
because so based on what little facts and evidence we do have, my theory is that Butler probably hired these young men who were probably rambling men and traveled for work.
Yep.
So men whose home was the road and they never settled.
Yep.
Which would be why it was easy for them to just disappear.
Yeah.
Also, I think Butler's motive behind killing was his mental state. Obviously, he was off his rocker, and his solution. Blah 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
I cannot speak. His hallucinations and paranoia got the best of him, and 1906 was when the murder stopped and when he totally lost it and went into the asylum. So maybe the ghosts of his victims were haunting him,
Maybe.
and that's why he went totally bonkers.
I
Because
mean, if somebody killed me that way, you better believe that I would haunt the motherfucker for life.
for life,
Legit. I would just do
till
it.
you go absolutely nuts and
I'd
die
like
in an
creep-
asylum.
I'd creep up behind him and be like, "Whoa!"
What's your favorite scary movie?
What's your favorite coffee? Woo!
What art are we doing today?
It'd be so creepy if a ghost was just asking you those weird questions. Oh, it's awesome. Oh.
So a lot of mystery behind this one, but it's pretty interesting how they just unearthed the bodies. And then now here's another thing. I mean, it had to have been him,
Right.
but there's no real evidence that it was him that killed him. Just that the murders happened
Right.
while he was in the home.
Right. Everything is speculation. And I do agree with you on the theory that these were just working men that traveled. I mean,
It happened a lot back then. And
yeah, there were no records back then. And I mean, it's not just in this case, but like there's so many lacking records from those times. I mean, nobody kept records of a damn thing.
Right. And that was what was so weird about it.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to remember what I used. Murderpedia is always a
Okay.
good one. I only
Yeah.
used a little bit from them because a lot of that stuff is like
Some of it's,
back and forth. And then
yeah.
there's some information that is like different. So I tried to get the most accurate information. There were some articles from the 1915 from the local North Dakota
Oh, that's
that
cool.
they had archived.
Okay.
Let me see. I was not as prepared as Heidi was for her with her resources.
It's
I'm
okay.
terrible about it.
It's okay.
I'm
We,
trying.
we
Trying to
won't
get
hold it
better.
against you. We're not going to hold it against you. It's fine.
uh yeah, so there's that. There's the Grand Forks Herald,
Okay.
and
And what's this guy called again?
he is the Great Plains Butcher,
Okay.
or because of his scary horse riding in the middle of the night, they called him the Midnight Rider.
Ooh, can't steal that one. That's a good song.
Yeah.
Anyway, yikes.
Yep. So yeah.
I wonder if, so do we know if this case is still open?
I don't know if it's open.
Okay.
I feel like it's all closed because all the records were destroyed or lost.
Oh, yeah.
But
Do they still have the
there are
skeleton?
some archive. That is a good question. I'd like to know if
That's
they still have
something.
the skeletons for
Because
evidence.
if they do, like, let's try to get them to reopen it. Everybody reach out to Niagara, North Dakota,
about Eugene Butler.
Eugene Butler, about the
This
skeletons.
is the only picture. It's like a weird old school
Ooh,
picture.
nice part. He's very
Isn't
in.
it?
He's very in right now with his middle part. Gen Z would be so proud.
Yes.
Send me that for sure. Cause like, wow, his hair is amazing.
Right? It is lovely.
Yeah.
And then
Cause like, what if they could get like DNA samples, get core samples out of these bones and put them in these genealogical like databases?
yeah, and they can find
Because you can find people
some
that are
families.
descendants of his relatives, because we don't know. Yes, he didn't have kids, but like maybe he's got cousins or something. He has to have family somewhere.
Well, the victims definitely have to.
Well, yeah,
The
that's what I'm
15
saying.
to
Like,
18-year-olds probably, yeah, that'd be tough to find family for that one, but
I don't know.
you
People
never
started
know.
families really
You
young.
never
back
know
then.
unless you try.
Exactly. I mean, they were marrying girls off
Yeah.
at like fucking 12.
Oh,
So
don't get me started.
I mean, yikes. I'm thinking when I was 12, like, I can't even remember.
I was on a
people.
swim team and playing volleyball and doing karate. Like I had no,
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to have a family at 12.
Nope. I was rocking flannels, playing basketball. Hell yeah.
Wearing Converse.
Hell yes. Yeah.
And OP shorts. OP shorts. The corduroys. I miss
Oh my
those.
gosh, the OP shorts.
Mm-hmm.
All of these Gen Zers don't even know what they're missing.
No idea the cool stuff.
We could get vintage stuff for nothing at
and
thrift shops.
Yes, we loved AMVETs.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I miss my dungarees. I want a pair of dungarees.
Where are all our Navy boy friends? Where are my dungarees, y'all?
We need our dungarees back.
And
Where
for
are
real,
they?
like, send us some. I know you can't legally do that. But like, take your name off of them. I don't want your name on them, but like, send them my way. Send them Kristen's way. That'd be real cool. Because I do miss my dungs. They were cool.
They were.
Dungies. AMVETS. If you are a San Diego person, go to AMVETS because it's still there.
Yeah, it's under the bridge in Old
It's
Town.
like $1 to get in.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
or probably more than that now.
Probably
but,
more
like,
now, but
it's the coolest.
that was the place to go
Yeah.
when we were teenagers.
so cool.
Got so many cool clothes.
Oh my gosh, the like 70s puffer jackets and vests. Kristen was the queen
Yes.
of like
Queen of
the
vests. Before
ugly
they were
puffer
things.
vests. They were so
Before they were a
cool.
thing. I was way cooler before my time.
You're still cool. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just your kids don't see it, but like we all see it. So they think she's weird because why do you have so many skulls? Because I do. Okay.
No, like, so when I went to the wedding and I had my face makeup on or whatever, I FaceTimed my family
Oh, jeez.
and during getting ready, and Harper looks at me and she goes, "What's on your face? I want your face back. What is going on?" She does not,
Oh,
because I don't wear makeup. They're used to my like normal bags under my eyes. And
for those that are not watching on YouTube, I just almost spit my coffee out.
yeah, so
Anyway,
yeah, she was pretty
cool.
upset. She was like, "Get your face back. Where's your face?"
That's so funny. Kids say the funniest things. I love
They
it.
do. I love it too.
I love
They're
it.
fun. They're
So
fun girls.
it's November, and
Yes.
I kind of, before we get off of here, I want to talk a little about some holiday crafts. If anybody has any good ideas that they would like to see holiday crafts, message us. We want to know. And Kristen, do you have any ideas yet? Because I don't have anything. Anything? I do have some more terrariums.
She caught me on the spot.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, I
But
love
look.
that. It's
Yeah,
so
I got-
cute.
I got 3 of them.
Oh, they're
but-
awesome.
The owner of the salon where I get my hair cut was selling them, and she was selling a bunch of like candlesticks too, like random candlesticks that, so I got those. Really good deal. Super excited.
Yeah.
But
So-
I'm turning them into something for sure. So
nice.
stay
I
tuned.
think if everybody could write into our Gmail
Mhm.
and give us suggestions, that'd be awesome. I am working on some other podcast art. I have to
Ooh,
reformulate some things and change some things
yes.
to make some stuff for the holidays. But I don't know, maybe I'll look into a story about, do you think there are like killer Santas?
Oh, let's,
There's
yeah.
gotta be something.
There's definitely, I actually know of one, so I won't say
That's
it.
what I was thinking.
I know
Yeah.
about one for sure. And it's,
Yeah, I'm gonna do some
it's a juicy story.
holiday, some
Yeah.
holiday story. I think
Okay,
holiday stories sound fun.
so let's start working on our spooky holiday stories.
For Christmas.
I know, just to put you all in the spirit of
Spirit.
Christmas and murder. Yikes.
There might be some New Year's
Yeah.
murders.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll do the research on that. But you can find us. I'll do the spiel.
Yes. Give the spiel.
You can find us at crimecoffeeandcrafts.com. Email us at crimecoffeeandcrafts@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at crimecoffeeandcraftspod. And you can use our link in our bio to get to like everything. You can find our YouTube from there. You can find our merch from there. You can find us, all our stuff from there.
We have
so
really
yeah,
cool merch.
we do. Really cool. And more cool merch to come. So
Yes.
stay tuned
Stay
on
tuned.
because we have some ideas coming. That's about it.
Rate and review us.
Yes. Get us on the Apple Podcast, please. We need
5
ratings.
stars.
5-star ratings and reviews are really necessary. They really help us like get out there. They help
Grow.
us.
We're
We need
trying
the
to
algorithm.
grow.
Got to have that to get the algorithm in the right area. That's the key. And interact with us on Instagram and Facebook.
Tell us what you like, what you don't like. We are obviously at the beginning stages of all of this and we're having a lot
Yes.
of fun, but you know, if there's things that we can do better or improve
Yes.
upon or what have you, just let us know.
But don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Be nice. Be nice about it.
Mhm.
And if you have spooky tales, true crime stories that have happened to you, we don't want any that you've done. We don't want to hear like that you murdered somebody because I don't need that in my life.
Yeah, I don't need that on my
Yeah.
conscience.
But
Then there's
like,
a whole yeah.
yeah, no. But if you have true crime stories, please send them because we love that stuff. And we want to start doing some listener tale stories because I mean episodes. I think that
Yeah.
would be fun.
It would be fun.
So that's about it. That's it. All I got.
All I got.
Tapped out. Coffee. Look,
It's almost gone.
there's like
Mine too.
it's sad. All right. Well, I'll talk to you later. Ta-ta.
For now.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.